a lot of people will have this board or some of these boards that are, they've been hanging in the window for the past few weeks for the Vote Leave campaign. Now, these boards will be quite valuable in about 20 years' time, I think, fetching around £10 or £20 each. And, well, just in case you want to do something a little bit different with it, you can just grab yourself one of these. And this is just simple masking tape, which you can get from the pound shop. And when you get yourself your masking tape, you can do something like this and put it back in the window. See, so it doesn't go to waste. Fantastic. Anyway, on to our next guest speaker. He was our Marsden candidate and did absolutely fantastic. Please welcome John Rowe.
Thank you very much, Paul, for that introduction, undeserved as it was, because I didn't actually win. But it doesn't stop you. There's quite a lot you can do without actually being a councillor. And one of the interesting things is, where does power actually reside? Now, you may think that when you vote for a councillor, your councillor can achieve something. Funny thing is, most councillors are useless. And they're useless because there's no use for them. Take Burnley. Burnley has 45 councillors, but only 6 of them actually take any decisions. The other 39, once they've chosen those 6, might almost as well not be there. And that's the nature of our undemocratic local authorities. And sometimes it's even worse than that, because for some purposes, a single councillor can make a decision that the other 44 know nothing about, which actually affects people and affects how your money is spent. And if you haven't got councillors who are up to the job, whatever their party, you will find you've got what we've been stuck with in Burnley for the last 10 years at least since I've been living here, and probably for many years before that. You've got a council that's like the EU. It's not run by elected people, it's run by the officers. Now let me tell you about a decision. I'm going down to the town hall tomorrow night. I've asked to ask questions about this. Our council leader, a fellow called Mark Townsend, who hasn't a clue what he wants to be there for to achieve. He just wants to be there to say he's a councillor, he's a Labour leader. Perhaps he's got ambitions to be MP one day, I don't know. But he's absolutely useless. And before he was the leader of the council, when he was an executive member, he was the executive member with responsibility for financial management and resources. And he was asked by council officers to authorise them to sign the cheque to buy 2 houses for the purpose of demolishing them. Now, Burnley, the council has demolished hundreds of houses over the last few years. It's a bad policy. We were very much opposed to it. We thought it was badly implemented, and it's one of the things that got me into this party in the first place. I found myself in a house which had been, I was tenant of it. I wanted to buy it from my landlord. I had an option to buy it from him. It was a good house. It had a lot of money spent on it by the housing association, which once owned it, but the council wanted it out of the way so that they could give it to their developer friends. They eventually got me out after it was burnt down. Now, when I lived there, it was a hellhole of a place because the council had cleared so much of the other property and left it rotting. One of my nearest neighbours was a fellow called Raymond Holdgate, well known in this town, retired cobbler. Never moved from the place where he worked and where he retired, except that he moved across the street. But he spent all his 80 years within a few hundred yards of where he ended up. And the officers of the council wanted his houses in order that they could give it to their developer friends to create a housing site. And it's one of the things I think that I actually achieved in this town, that I mobilised public opinion to oppose that. And I actually took the old man, Raymond Holdgate, down to the town hall once to a council meeting, and the councillors had to apologise to him. They had to apologise for the fact that without his knowledge, they'd voted to buy his houses. Well, to be fair to them, the council at the time, the Liberal Council, they did the right thing. They agreed to spend some money on doing his houses up, facelifting them, making them look pretty. I didn't know how much it was at the time. I recently found out by using my rights under the Freedom of Information Act. They spent £37,251 and 53 pence on facelifting his houses and made them look a picture. Right. What happened? 2.5 years later, the Labour Party took control. Inexperienced councillors, hopeless, did not know what they were doing. One councillor, our present leader, Mark Townsend, approached by council officers. Report stuck under his nose. Councillor Townsend, we want your authority to spend public money buying 183, 185 Accrington Road. An opportunity has arisen to buy them. It will help our development plans. So Mark Townsend blithely signed the cheque and said, there you are, you can spend £102,000 to buy them, it's another £12,000 or so to get them flat on the deck. Hadn't a clue why, didn't know why he was doing it. I don't know whether he knew that £37,000 had been spent earlier, but I'm going down to the town hall tomorrow night and I want to put him on the spot and ask him what he's done with that £150,000, how that has helped me, a taxpayer and a Burnley resident. And I don't believe he can answer. And that's the sort of thing that as a private individual, even without being a councillor, you can put your council on the spot, you can make the bastards answer.
To donate to the British National Party, please call 0844 809 4581 or go to www.bnp.org.uk/donations/general.